Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the commodities update video, and hope you guys are all having a great New Year's Eve. And today we'll be looking at natural gas, UNG, oil, the US dollar, and gold and silver. So we do analysis on where the most likely scenario where the price action will be heading into, as well as a couple of support resistance levels to potentially look at and play off of. All right, let's get started with natural gas. So a lot of you guys says your chart looks different than mine, so you guys got to click this adjusted for contract changes. Otherwise, your chart will look like this. And if you guys click adjust for the contracts, it takes out all the contracts and have the chart without it. This is what it looks like. All right, so we were looking at 8 hours, 12 EMA for a while, this teal looking line. So you gotta go to exponential moving average 12 to get this teal looking line. So it was acting as resistance all the way down here. Rejection, rejection. So very clear resistance here. And so we've finally broken out of here around the 15th, and now we've just been chopping around it. So what I want to see now from natural gas is that teal looking line acting as support. So you did bounce off of here also, and what I want to see as well is this prior resistance acting as support. So let me put a line there. So you can see we're rejecting from here, here, here 3 times, and we broke above it, we back tested and bounce off of it. The thing is that bulls play defense here, bounce off of it, but we haven't really played offense yet. Is we broke into a new high here. So this bounce broke to a new high, but we didn't have any follow through. So I count that as a double top. What I want to see is us breaking this top for more uptrend follow through from the daily uptrend. Otherwise, if we go to the daily charts, it would not look good if we reject from there that triple top and then come back all the way down here. That'll be a sign that it's a weekly bear flag. So we go to the weekly time frame, and you can see from the top of the move right there, all the way down to straight move, to the bottom of this move. We go to the Fibonacci retracement. We measure from the top to the bottom. And you can see we're still within that bear flag territorially. So as long as we don't break above this yellow looking box, which is the 38.2% range of the retracement, meaning that from the top of the move to the bottom move is 100% move, and the bounce has not bounced 38.2% yet. So that's still a bear flag. As long as we chop within this range, and then if we don't get above it and it rolls over like that, that's a confirmed bear flag. But obviously, it will take more weeks because each one of these candles are weekly candles. So we'll see how the bounce ends up playing out if we do reject from those levels or not. And we'll get more information in the upcoming weeks. So far, what we want to see on the daily time frame is for us to break this triple top around this 2.57 area and have that 8-hour EMA act as support, and this prior resistance, this blue looking line 2.45 to act as support because it was prior resistance. You can see how many times we were trading under it and rejected from it and came up again, and finally broken up above it. So we finally broken above that level. We don't want to just come all the way straight back down again. We want to see it act as now resistance turning into support, which it did for one time. So now we want to see it head higher since we already confirmed that it's a support level. Yep. So yeah. So as long as we stay above the teal looking line on the 8 hours and this 2.45 level, then we should continue the uptrend from the daily time frame. Weekly still in a downtrend, daily's in an uptrend, and 4 hours also in an uptrend. So monthly is obviously still in a downtrend. So it's a little bit of a both sides. So yeah, we'll see if that bear flag ends up playing out or gets negated. If it gets negated, then bulls are looking good. All right, let's take a look at UNG. So UNG here, very similar to Natgas. You can see we had that bounce, and this weekly chart still looks like a bear flag as well. Top of the move, the bottom move. Yeah, UNG bounced a little bit less than natural gas, and we're still below this 38.2% mark. But on the daily, it's also in a daily uptrend. Initial move, pivot being set, broke above this prior high, so that's a daily uptrend confirm. And for UNG, I would say, let's see the 8 hours. Yeah, very similar. This 5.04 is acting as support. Higher resistance right here. Same thing with natural gas. You can see very rejected there many times. Came up to it again and again. Finally broken above it. And we just are sitting right on it right now. So natural gas bounces on Monday. Tuesday. So Monday it's the New Year's. So if natural gas bounces on Tuesday, then UNG will also bounce at this support as well, same level. You can do that and have more upside to it. All right, let's take a look at oil. Let's see here. Okay, so oil, we came all the way down to this maroon looking line support. Let's say bounce, 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 bounce. So 5 times. This is the 6 times, pretty much on the dot. And I think we drew this one together as well quite a while back. We're coming back down to potentially test it again. So we bounced above it and failed pretty much the uptrend. So this was an initial move, bounce, big enough bounce where bulls now have room to make that daily uptrend. And they did. They hit that pivot and then they bounced, broke above it, and didn't. Zero follow through. You can see that candle as well up here. It's a big upper wick, meaning it came up to it, and then we closed it at the end of the day right here without zero follow through. So that's showing that once we come from the uptrend, we're supposed to have more follow through, but bulls didn't. So you can see right after that, we have a lot of sell off into back to this blue looking box support around this 66.7 mark and this 65 mark. So we're likely coming down to test these levels. You can see the amount of times we bounce off of this range and the amount of times we rejected in this range as well. So if bulls cannot hold these level, we're probably coming back down to test this maroon looking line again, which coincides with the 65 level. So that's 2 levels of support together. So we may actually bounce from here. Yeah, as of now, no signs of slowdown from the bears. We pretty much close at the low of the day. And we'll see if any signs of bulls right now. Right now, there's absolutely zero. Yeah. All right, let's take a look at the US dollar. So the dollar looks like it broke a longer term support as well. You can see this is acting as resistance, resistance, this maroon looking line, resistance. And when price is above resistance, it will act as support. So it acted as support here on this maroon line, bounced. Acted as support again over here, bounced. But then it couldn't hold it anymore. So it broke through it. Some follow through from the bears. You can see once we broke through it, have follow through. And we came straight back to the next level of support, which is right around here. Bounced, bounced 3 times here, bounced another time here, and we currently bounced over here. Problem is that even though we bounced from here, still in a daily downtrend. So as long as the bulls aren't changing the trend, the bears are still in full control. We need a big enough bounce and setting the pivots, a higher low, and setting a higher high for the trend to change. Now we don't have that yet, so we will just continue to use the 12 EMA, which is teal looking line, as resistance as it continues to trend down. You can see that on its way up, it was acting as perfect support. On its way down, it's now acting as resistance, as well as with the daily downtrend. So very first thing I want to see is an hourly uptrend. Let's take a look if we have it. And it's a little bit choppy. If we break above, you could call this an hourly uptrend over here. A small one, but it's a bit choppy. But if we do break above this triple top right here on the hourly, 101.4, then we do have a more clear hourly uptrend. Yeah, we also have a 4-hour uptrend as well if we do break above that level. And if we do that, then we're coming back up to this maroon looking line, which is the prior resistance. It's gonna prior support. It's gonna act as resistance now because it was acting as prior support, and which also coincides with the 12 EMA resistance. So we may bounce here and then drop in the daily downtrend is still continuing because we have to break above prior pivots for the daily downtrend to be negated. Or we bounce big enough, reject from there, a shallow pullback, pivot being set, break above that, then that would be a shift for the first time ever since this drop that we confirmed the daily uptrend since all the way till November. So that's a 2 months downtrend shift if that happens. But as of now, zero signs of that yet. So we'll be monitoring if the dollar can shift that back to the bulls. If it does, then there'll be a headwind for the overall stock market. But as of now, we only got 2 days of bounce. So let's see if bulls can follow through. All right, let's take a look at gold. Let's see here. Let's go to the daily charts. Okay, gold's actually holding pretty well. And after this blow off top right here, hitting the all-time high resistance, you can see this black line, resistance, 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 all the way back down, but held this level of support around this 1980. Now we are back up again, back above this black line, which is a good sign because this was acting as support, and acting as resistance once there. Here, see, rejected, came back a little bit, and now we're broken above it. And we want to see this black line act as support because prior resistance acting as support would be a sign that bulls are wanting to take this higher. So if we bounce from right, pretty much at this spot right here, we did slightly, and that means we're probably coming back up to test this current high at 2088. You zoom in to see if it looked like when we touched it. Yeah, we did bounce off of it, but I want to see a hourly trend change back to the bulls from this level. Then we'll be more confidently say that we're going to test this level again. But if the dollar bounces, then it'll be a headwind for the metals. So be watching that. So if the dollar breaks above this, its hourly level at this 101.4, spikes up, and gold's probably going to break this level. So they're inversely correlated. So we'll have to see how the overall macro ends up happening. So yeah, take a look at silver. Silver here looks a little bit slightly similar to gold, but a bit choppy, a lot more choppy. Silver is always more volatile. So a similar idea where we had to blow off top, hitting all-time highs level. Not really all-time highs, but the similar idea where it hits highs and rejected from there. A lot of follow through, but no trend change for the bears. It was just a big drop, bounced. Bears needed to take this to a lower low for a downtrend to confirm, but they didn't. So and we have an uptrend confirm here and lacking a little bit of follow through as well because we're coming up to these resistance levels. See this cluster of all these volumes traded in these levels. So get over it. You can see all these upper wicks around this 24.4 level, and we currently rejected from that. So we are now in a mini daily downtrend. We'll see if the bulls can hold this maroon looking line. You can see this acts resistance, resistance, resistance. Comes all the way down here. And we'll see if it can bounce from this level right here at 23 if we do come back below it. If bulls can hold this 23.7, then we may come up to test this 24.4, this cluster of upper wick level again. But it does look like the dollar is going to bounce. So we might have a little bit more headwind in the metals coming soon. So we'll see about that. Look at the 4-hour here. Yeah, slight bounce, but nothing to really. Yeah, just a choppy range. But yeah, key thing I'll be looking at is definitely the dollar if you guys are trading metals. Because it's starting to look like it might go a little bit higher at these levels. But yeah, but I wouldn't worry too much about the dollar if it can't change its daily trend So if it can't change its daily uptrend, then it will just continue its daily downtrend, even if we bounce over to here and then reject it and head lower. We'll see in the next trading week if the dollar can confirm it or not. All right, that's all I got for you guys. Have a great New Year's, and hope you guys have some new goals and set them, and hopefully you guys achieve what you guys wanted to achieve this year. If not, yeah, New Year's here, and have some fun and take care.